Hello, my name is Dean, and I just thought I'd share a couple techniques and different stories with you. So I'll go ahead and let you know what I'm working in and that kind of thing. I'm working in Photoshop. It's done by hand. I've drawn it up by hand. I've sketched it by hand first, scanned it in, and I'm painting it in Photoshop. I I thought I'd go ahead and share a couple stories with you. Let me turn this down just a little bit here. Share a couple stories with you on my inspiration on these kind of creatures. So this is something I really enjoy painting and drawing. I'll draw these one or two a night. Some will turn out kind of cool. Some will not turn out that great. But what I do is base it on animals and creatures and stuff like that, and base a lot of my drawings off of certain things that I know are true with animals. And my animal story, I love. I've had a ton of different animals growing up. I grew up in California, and I just would go out and search for every kind of reptile and rodent and whatever else I could find. Um, I've caught all the different types of animals. I've caught all the different snakes and lizards and birds and I just really enjoy them. So a lot of my pieces you'll see possibly reptilian or bird or something like that in there, and it's just from comes from my love from animals. Um, I'll go ahead and give you one story that happened with me in Mexico one time. Um, we rented a cabin or a beach home in, let's see, where was that? Mazatlan, I think. And there's a little boat that they let you use, and I took it out one evening, and we were just fishing out there in the bay in Mexico, and we saw some seals along the um, along us. It was just like a little sand island because the tide would go out, and I thought this would be really cool. I was into Mutual of Omaha. That'll kind of date me a little bit. Um, the guys that I guess Steve Irwin's the same way. He'd go and catch things all the time. So, anyways, and that Mutual Omaha was a wildlife show, and they'd go and catch things and show you how they work and whatever, and then they'll let them go. So I thought I would always catch everything, even if it was kind of scary sometimes. But this one, I saw a couple seals on this sandbar, and I thought, oh, I'd love to be able to go up and run up and catch one of these seals, which is kind of a crazy idea. So I thought I could catch one of these. So we went around the sandbar and and I said, let's just go ahead and just go run the boat right up onto the sandbar, and I'll run out there as fast as I can and see if I can stop them from going in the ocean. So we floored it, went up on the sandbar, and I took off running, and all the seals just started jumping in, and I was getting closer and closer, and finally this mother seal jumped in, and the baby seal was right after it, and I was just a couple feet away from it, and I didn't dive in, but I jumped head first for it into the ocean, and grabbed it as it was going into the ocean, and grabbed his back tail and his fin, I guess, and pulled it out. Didn't get bit, luckily. And this thing was just very upset that I had captured it, and its mother was very upset as well. It started coming back, and I was like, okay, this wasn't a great idea. But his mother never came back and really bothered me. But I had gotten it and I pulled it out of the water, and it was a really cute little seal looking at me, and it was mad at me. So I just kind of showed my friends and said, hey, we caught the seal here, and looked at it, and it was trying to bite us and everything, so this isn't going to work, so we just let it go. But that's one story I thought it'd be kind of fun to share with you. I've caught in all different types of snakes, and probably snakes I shouldn't have caught in, like poisonous ones. But my love for animals, I think, kind of shows on my illustrations, and I do a lot of. You'll see a lot of different animals reflected in my illustrations, I guess is what I'm saying, and I think that's where I get some of my ideas, a lot of my ideas. This one here I'm painting is kind of like, it looks like a turtle, like a snapping turtle, and then I went a little crazy with it and took it a little further and made it look like it's kind of a human body, and showing lots of action in the face and drool and that kind of thing. I try to put different elements like hair and on reptiles and that kind of thing, and it really kind of gives it a unique look. It's so you've got to constantly be thinking of these. I'd like to share maybe another story with you. My cousin and I, Billy. Well, I don't know if I should mention his last name, but Billy and I would go searching for a lot of animals. We caught everything you could think of. And in his backyard, there were, where he lived, there was a lot of animals as well. And we would find that at night we would see these rats crawling across the telephone wires in the back of his yard. So we decided one night that we would see if we could get these rats with BB gun, and so we spent the night in the backyard there, and both had a little BB gun, and we would watch these rats go across the wires. That's the way they would travel from house to house, and they're kind of disgusting things. So I guess some people wouldn't think so, but I guess these wild ones could carry diseases and stuff like that. But I actually have had some pet rats, and they're pretty cool. But these ones were wild ones, so we thought we could. So we would spend the night out there, and we would try to get these things, and it was a blast. Anyway, a lot of different fun things we did. Go ahead and check my website out, deankleven.com. Dean Kleven Studios is right here underneath it, and you can purchase some different things I've done and that kind of thing. This is fun. Hope you enjoyed it.